We want to help those women establish the girls' clubs. We want to help them become board members in those girls' clubs and go through the process of running for elections, electing the most competent woman to be the director of the girls' club, and helping other girls and mentoring other girls. In the meantime, we would like to work at the policy level. We would like to raise recommendations and present our recommendations to policymakers so they would change policies or maybe reform some of the current policies to make it easier for women to start new projects and to be actively participating in the economic and public sphere.
Any plans for expansion to other provinces?
We are looking into that.
Dr. Nahla Abdel, Country Director, the Population Council, thank you for joining us. It's a great pleasure to welcome to the program this week gender consultant Dr. Fatma Khafagy. Good to have you with us on the program. Dr. Khafagy, how does economic empowerment of women lead to overall empowerment, political, social, cultural?
The economic empowerment, I think, is the most important kind of empowerment that women need, especially in Egypt, because actually it was proven from studies that if a woman can take decisions, then she has to be able to also bear the consequences of not allowing her to take the decision. And in such case, she really needs an income to be able to do this. And that's why we say that the entry point is the economic empowerment, and then women can build other kinds of empowerment after the economic empowerment or parallel to the economic empowerment, like social empowerment, political empowerment, cultural empowerment.
But it cannot happen without economic empowerment.
Yeah, it is the most important empowerment, yeah.
When women are economically empowered, it transforms the lives of all members of the family, including the children.
Yes. Well, actually, I mean, the positive change is that women also have shown out of studies and so on that they spend more on building capacities of the members of the family, like putting more into education, putting more into nutrition, and putting more in improving even the household and so on. The one negative thing, it was also found that sometimes men feel so insecure when women, because they've been always told that the culture expects you to spend on the family.
It's to be the breadwinners.
Yeah. So some, and unfortunately, few men feel bad about it when they see that their wives are making money, especially if they're making more money, and then they start taking out in forms of violence and so on.
So how do we change the mindset?
We have to address men because I think the mistake was long time ago and decades ago that we only focused on women to empower women, but actually talking and engaging men in the whole sphere of gender equality is very important. How can we convince a woman really earns money, becomes more qualified, if she has more of decision making? This will not only benefit her, it's going to benefit him, the children, the whole community, and the whole society consequently.
Women in the south of Egypt have for long been marginalized and have not had access to equal opportunities, education, the labor force. You mentioned 5 A's that are essential for economic empowerment of women. What are they?
The 5 A's are access to finance, because now the future is for small enterprises. And in order to be able to set up a small enterprise, then she needs some finance. She also needs to know the market, what the market needs and so on. She needs also to have information about, what product she should be producing, what are the characteristics of the consumers and so on. She needs to have also access to networks, and she needs to have access to policymakers, because also policies in any country also determine to what extent they encourage or discourage the kind of enterprises that they're doing.
You also say there is a difference between projects that are sustainable and others that aim at development.
Yes, I mean, usually it has been the case like if a woman sets up a project, she wants to keep this project. She's happy like this project is being alive the way it is. And this, then we found out that they are not sustainable if you don't really change, if you do not grow. So the idea is how to have a project, but also with the idea of growing and making it bigger and expanding it. And this needs, beside material things, more finance, more markets, it needs some characteristics in the producer herself. She needs to be someone who can take risk, someone who can actually make use of maybe information, maybe of technology, of really expanding, because the only way to be sustainable is to grow and expand. But if you stay as you are, being convinced like your main role is inside the house as a mother, as a wife only, and you're doing this on the fringe without having it grown, it's not going to help much.
So this requires education and training.
Yes, continuous vocational training and continuous knowledge of the market, and the ability to be also, as we say, have agency, have the power of taking decisions, have the power of opening up opportunities.
At this conference, we heard about the We Can Participate project. That is a success story, and success stories need to be replicated.
Yes. We hope, and there are some people from the government, different ministries, who've been involved in the project, that this is, I think, a good model that is looking at the needs of women in a comprehensive way. Not only economic empowerment, but they're also looking at social empowerment, looking at training and so on. I think it should be really taken as an example to be replicated by several ministries in Egypt.
Gender consultant Dr.Fatma Khafagy, thank you for joining us on the program this week. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.